Lane. I'm Larry Marble. It's time for a big old heaping helping of ag information. You're listening to our program courtesy of the good folks at D&D Farm and Ranch on I-10 in Seguin. That's DDTexasOutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's look at futures movement from yesterday. Wednesday wheat trading left futures double digits weaker. Kansas City hard red winter was 9 1/4 to 12 3/4 cents in the red. Cotton futures gave back their midday gains to end the Wednesday session within 25 points of unchanged. October and July 22 were in the red, while Dec and May 22 gained for the day. Soy futures spent time on both sides of the open price on Wednesday. Futures ended the day with a fractional to a 2.5 cent gain. Meal prices stayed within a dime of unchanged for the settle. September corn futures ended the session with a 2.5 cent gain on the day, while the other nearbys closed fractionally to a 1.25 in the red. After modest gains through midday, lean hog futures ended the Wednesday session on both sides of unchanged. October was down the most, giving back about 72 cents. Fat cattle futures left the trade with the board 65 to 95 in the red. Feeder cattle futures closed 22 to 77 weaker in the September and the October respectively, while the back months gave up triple digits. Neighbor, there's your futures moves. Neighbor, here's a quick reminder about the September 11th auction at Lutz Auction Service, Farm and Ranch, Construction Equipment Auction, D'Hanis, Texas. Go to auctionzip.com for more information, or call Dwayne Lutz at 830-931-4312. Here are just a few of the tractors. A John Deere 8245 with a power shift, 4,043 hours. Here's a John Deere 4560 Q range with duals. Here's a John Deere 4440 with duals. They say it's real nice. How about skid steer buckets, skid steer rock buckets, skid steer forks, or skid steer bale spears? How about a skid steer tree shear or skid steer tiller? Lutz Auction Service, Saturday, September the 11th, 9 a.m. The auction off of Highway 90. For more information, 830-931-4312. Neighbor, let's take a look at meat movement from yesterday. National pork carcass cutout value on Wednesday, 110.40 at 473 on a high load volume day. Hams were 27.27 stronger at 97.28. Fresh bacon index fell 27.68 to 224.23 by the hundredweight. That's a 10-week low. USDA estimated federal slaughter for the week for hogs, 954,000 head. That's down 6,000 from last year's pace, and revising Tuesday's kill was 6,000 higher. Wholesale box prices were weaker on Wednesday, widening the Choice Select spread to 36.69, which remains the widest for this point in this time period on record. Choice box was 33 weaker, 334.86. Select was down 373, 298.17. Looks like running cattle slaughter for inspection, 245,000 head. That matches last year's pace. We have seen some cattle sold, mostly 124, 3 pens at 123. There were some 126 to 127 in the north, 203 hot and hanging on the rail. Neighbor, there's your meat moves. Remember, neighbors, MG Building Materials has 5 locations. MG in San Antonio's at 2651 Southwest Military Drive. MG in Corpus, they're on Padre Island Drive, 7436 Padre Island Drive. MG Building Materials Uvalde, 2301 East Main. The store in beautiful downtown Kerrville on Memorial Drive, 2202 is the street number. And MG Building Materials in Pleasanton, 1734 West Oak Lawn. Now, I know you can't remember them all, so go to mgbuildingmaterials.com for details. We are on the line with Ken Jordan, Jordan Cattle Auction, about to have a sale in San Saba on Thursday. Ken, what's it looking like?
You bet, Larry. We got a little over about 850 head on yards on Wednesday evening, and about that group, there'll be about 100 cows and about, I think, 10 or so bulls right now. We're kind of looking at 1,100 head, some of that range is what it's looking at. We've had several good rain showers around the area. It's been pretty spotted, but if you're under the right cloud, you've got some decent rain today.
Well, good deal. That'll always perk people's moods and attitudes up. Has the humidity come down with the cool front passage?
Yes, it has been a little bit better. Still warm, though, but it definitely was not quite as bad humidity for change.
Good. Tell everybody how to contact you, Ken Jordan.
You bet, Larry. Then give us a call, Larry. Code 325-372-5159. And we'll look forward to hearing from you. Also, we do have our first round of information up for our female sale at the end of September. And, Larry, you can see that at jordancattle.com. We already got the listings up there, first round.
We appreciate it. We'll push people toward the website, and we'll see you at the sale. Thank you, sir.
You bet, Larry. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Neighbor, this portion of Down on the Farm brought to you by PMI Kerrville, 103 Lafayette, 830-367-7473. PMI, pipe, steel, and fencing. Pipe, valves, or fittings, plates, sheet, channel, beam, culverts, purlins, fencing, and supplies. They now stock new pipe and casings. Find them again. PMI Kerrville, 103 Lafayette, 830-367-7473. We're on the line with Wayne Geiswhite, Gillespie Livestock, Fredericksburg. Wayne, you said today was one of those days?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was what happened with the board all week and late last week. A different game. Ended up right at 1,400. Cow market was steady. Better cows all bring in the 70s, be up to the mid 70s, 75 or 6, 7 cents, something like that. Yeah, market, well, the bright spot was the bigger cattle steers were definitely steady. So a lot of 6-weight steers in the high 50s, low 160s. 7-weight, Nancy said the 7-weight steers right on top of 7, bring 150. With a few up to 155, most of them 45 to 50. That was the bright spot. Heifers, they're probably 2 to 4 cheaper straight across the board. Some of the lightweight heifers more than that. Better 6-weight heifers bring up on the mid 130s, maybe low 140s. 7-weights up on top of 133 or 4 was the very best. Then the bad part was the light cattle were just definitely $8 cheap. I'd say last week we had a runaway sale, and the better 3-weight calves bring a little over $2, $2.20 I think it topped out at. The 4-weights up to around $2. 5-weights, that was about the same, up to about 180. Not near as many orders in the house. They were a lot more selective, and in fact they were pretty picky.
How much of it was market factors and how much of it was the buyers beginning to break it back as the seasons get cool and we know that we're going to have some sickness in those light cattle?
We always talk about over 30 to 40 degrees spread in the morning and evenings, but we're not really seeing 40 yet. Last couple of days we have seen 25 to 30. That could be a start of sickness. But it's just mostly the board took all the optimism out. We were looking at the board from last Wednesday to this Wednesday. The board went from 170 on feeder cattle to 162 on yearlings. It just took the fire out of everybody.
Well, what do you anticipate next week?
Well, I'm sure we'll have a good run. Should have 1,200 or so and, 3,000 sheep and goats somewhere in that neighborhood.
Well, Wayne, tell everybody how to get a hold of you for the Tuesday sheep and goat sale, Wednesday cattle sale at Gillespie Livestock, Fredericksburg.
Lord, 830-997-4394.
We're on the line with Stephen from D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Stephen, I need to weigh a bunch of pigs, and I understand that you've got some deals going on hog scales.
Yes, sir, we sure do, Larry. We're having a fire sale on 58 SX hog scales from WW Paul. They are going to come with a beam and poise and 2 bifold doors. Really easy to work. They're running $1,750 right now, Larry.
That's a great deal. Tell us the brand again.
They're made by WW Paul.
Tell us how to get a hold of you.
You can reach me at 830-379-7340, extension 161.
We've been with Stephen from D&D. Go to ddtexasoutfitters.com for more information. We're on the line with Klein Spear. It's that time of the week again. We're looking toward a Thursday cattle sale, but we need to review the Tuesday sheep and goat sale first. Klein, how did they sell?
We had a good run. We had 650 head, a little lighter. We kind of expected that after the Labor Day weekend, but overall the market was good. A little lighter on some kids and lambs, but not much. Still a really good market. The heavy lambs were 240 to 270. The lightweights were 260 to 290. The fat ewes were $95 to $1.15. Thin packer ewes were $80 to $1. Packer nannies were $1.25 to $1.75. And the fat Spanish nannies were $1.50 to $1.80. Good stocker nannies still in that $2 to $3 range. Good cabritos, I'd call them $3 to $3.40. And the lightweights, I'd call them $2.70 to about $3.80. So overall, good market, lots of demand, and that market seems to be holding well, and I think that'll continue as we go forward here.
Good. Now, the cattle sale, how's it going to treat us this week?
We're going to be a little lighter again. We're going to be around that 500 head range. We've got a few guys that opted out. It's going to let it cool off a little bit, and I don't blame them one bit right now. But we got 200 and so on the yard right now. We got about 40 cows. We're going to palpate a few of them. So not a big run of cows, which is a good thing to see. Everybody's kind of hanging on, and got some good calves and yearlings standing here right now. So I think with what comes in tomorrow, we should be around that 500 head range. And that market looks like it'll be good and steady with last week, and especially in that calf market.
Klein, tell everybody how to contact y'all.
Give us a call at the office, 830-278-5621, or my cell phone, 830-591-3241.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry.
Never This portion of Down on the Farm is brought to you by PMI, Pipe, Steel, and Fencing, pipemovers.com. The location in High. Call Keno at 830-868-0200. That's PMI High. We're on the line with Brian Linsman. Brian, you said the cooler weather made a little bit difference in the market. Sure enough makes difference in the way we feel.
You're dang right. I mean, if you can go outside and work all day and you just got a little bit of sweat on you. I mean, that's a world of difference than where we were yesterday. It, ended up with 550 cattle today, and market was probably 3 to 5 softer, but the quality wasn't that deep on them. Not sitting in front of a market report right now, so I can't quote you the exact prices, because usually, people say, oh, well, heck, if you ain't quoting the prices, it must be a wreck. But
Yeah.
the market was still good all overall. Packer cows and bulls, the market's still good there. You could see in them Shelly cows where, they're starting to back away from them, and it happens every fall on the cow and calf market. But, top end of the cow, 79, and the bulls, $1.03. I talked to some of the buyers, and, we had a dry 2020. We had a dry 2021 spring, and we sold lots of cows and lots of light calves. Those numbers might not be out there.
Right.
Everybody saying fall run's coming, but they might not be out there. For the producer, that helps us if the numbers ain't there. Sheep and goats ended up with a little over 400, same thing. It's all kind of weather related, but I mean, the sheep and goat market, it was plenty strong. Those good kids, they still brought up to 330, 340, and those Dorper lambs up to 310. It's not a bad situation for the producer right now.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Brian.
Well, you can give us a call at 830-379-9955, or you can call me on my cell phone at 830-305-0652. And Larry, here in the next couple of weeks, I know we got 2 sellouts on cows, owner raised, so I mean they're good cows, but like I said, till I get my eyes on them and we get them pinned because there's so much grass, I'll stay in touch and let everybody know what they're going to look like.
All right, good deal. We appreciate it, Brian Lensman. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you next week, Cousin Larry.
We're on the line from D&D with Wade Floyd. Wade, Purina's got some excellent fly control products, and one of them's a feed-through, isn't it?
Yes, sir. There is a loose mineral that we like to put out. It's going to be a 1275 mineral, and it does have that insect IGR in it.
All right, and y'all sell that in a 50-pound bag?
Yes, sir. We have it in a 50-pound bag, and then we also have it in a molasses tub that'll come in 225 pounds, also a 125-pound tub.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Wade, there at D&D in Seguin.
Yes, sir. They can stop by and see us, or they can just give me a shout at 830-379-7340.
We are on the line with Jim Wheeler from Atascosa Livestock, Pleasanton, Texas. Jim, how did our Tuesday sale turn out for you?
Market was pretty decent all the way around. Numbers were a little shorter. It was a holiday on Monday, so I guess everybody was at the coast instead of in the pasture working cattle.
Tell us how they sold.
All right, we ended up with 298 head. 134 were steers, 97 heifers, 54 cows, and 10 bulls. Steer side 2 to 3 weights, $1.60 to $1.90. Heifers were $1.45 to $1.75. 3 to 4 weight steers, $1.55 to $1.85. Heifers were $1.40 to $1.57. 4 to 5 weight steers, $1.45 to $1.80. Heifers were $1.30 to $1.50. 5 to 6 weight steers, $1.40 to $1.60. Heifers were $1.20 to $1.45. 6 7 weight steers, $1.25 to $1.47. Heifers were $1.10 to $1.35. 7 to 8 weight steers, $1.20 to $1.40. Heifers were $1.05 to $1.31. 8 to 9 weight steers, $1.05 to $1.30, and the heifers were $90 to $1.20.
What they have on cows?
At $1.40 this week. We had $1.32 last week. $8 gain on cows this week. Best packer cow brought $77. Best bull brought 90.5. So bred cows anywhere from $6.50 to $14.50. And we had a couple little pairs. One of them brought $500 and the other one brought $810.
What do you anticipate for this next Tuesday sale?
Hopefully we'll be back up there around the 400 to 500 mark.
Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you in Pleasanton.
Reach us at 830-569-2516.
Jim Wheeler, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Neighbor, this portion of Down on the Farm is brought to you by PMI, the Robstown location, 361-767-7473, pipemovers.com, pipe, steel, and fencing, the Robstown location. We're on the line with Chris Carter from Karnes County Livestock. Chris, we always start by thanking the folks that do business with us.
You got it, Larry. We do want to thank all of our consigners and to our weekly buyers. Last week, we ended up with 593 head of cattle, and the market was a touch softer before that Labor Day holiday.
Let's walk the pins.
Number 1 steers, 2 to 3 weight, 156 to 209. 3 and 4 is 163 to 204. 4 and 5 weights, 149 to 192. 5 and 6 is 142 to 162. 6 and 7 is 140 to 154. And the 7 8 weights, 133 to 146. On the heifers, 2 to 3 weight, 171 to 190. 3 and 4 is 155 to 193. 4 and 5 weights, 139 to 162. 5 and 6 is 137 to 175. 6 and 7 is 131 to 154. And the 7 8 weights, 123 to 147. Last week we had 8 Packer bulls. High yielding brought from 90 up to 93. Medium 81 to 85. 24 Packer cows. High yielding 68 up to 73. Medium 60 to 64. and the low end 41 to 47. We only had 2 bred cows last week. They brought 750 and 850, and 3 pair brought from 1100 to 1200.
What you got under the barn for this week?
At the present time, we've got 908 head checked in and looking for about 1150 to possibly 1200 come sale time. In our count right now, we've got 37 cows and bulls, 4 pair, 11 to be palpated, and the rest are yearlings.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
If you have any questions or in need of any of our services, please call Wet & Rouse at 361-542-0810 or myself at 210-286-5345.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Take care.
Neighbor, here's a quick look at the grains. Corpus Milo, D's plus 65, 1027. Corpus Corn, D's plus 80, 590 and a quarter. Houston Wheat, D's plus 80, 784 and 3/4. And Houston Beans, November less 30, 1249 and a half. 1,422 bale of Texas cotton, 9070 to 9388. That's it for the best darn farm show in 100,000 square miles of the great state of Texas. No brag, just fact. I'm Larry Marble. Neighbor, good day.